Hey guys, this is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Arrow, episode 520, titled Underneath, which premiered Wednesday, May 3rd, 2017 on the CW. I'm recording on May 6th, my birthday, so a few days to really think about the episode. But with that said, huge spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode already, go do so first, then come back and see what I have to say about the episode. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen. And let's start with the 10-minute clock, and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So timeline-wise, this pretty much takes off immediately where 519 left off, and that is with the aftermath of the explosion that took place in the Arrow Cave. Episode reminder is the fact that pretty much the Arrow Cave, which was meant to be Team Arrow Sanctuary, has now turned into a prison, as everything with an electrical circuit has been fried by the EMP explosion, which has pretty much made it really hard for those trapped inside to find their way out with no circuit to help them, which is kept the place so secure. Anyway, storyline wise though, pretty much the main storyline for the episode was the fact that Oliver and Felicity were trapped in the Arrow Cave, and part of the episode was seeing them trying to find a way out of the Arrow Cave before they suffocated, while the second part of it was the rest of the Arrow team, which is Diggle, Curtis, Renee, Dina, and Lila, trying to find their way into the bunker in order to get Oliver and Felicity out before they suffocate. So it's kind of like the same problem, just dealt with on two different sides. So there's that. Flashback wise though, we don't get any flashbacks on the island or of Oliver's past from 5 years ago. Instead, we get one set 11 months ago. And as you see, Oliver is in his vigilante gear from season 4, as he has the no sleeves still. He gets hurt though, which has him thinking about maybe putting the sleeves back on. So I'm really glad we got to see that, to kind of explain why he made the shift back to the sleeves, even though I know why he should have done it. So anyways, in the flashback, we see Felicity confiding in Curtis about why she broke off the engagement to Oliver, because she thinks that he doesn't trust her on a personal level. Yes, he trusts her as Overwatch, but not as someone should for someone who wants to marry them. So there's that. We also see Oliver and Felicity drinking a bit of wine, thanks to Curtis, and then hooking up in the bunker. So there's that. Last moments of the episode did show that Adrian Chase has found William, Oliver's son, though he's going by the new name of Matthew. So there's that. Tidbit-wise, though, we get Lance trying to delay City Hall, looking to overturn many of Adrian Chase's cases, since he was a killer posing as a lawyer. So a lot of them are going over to see if any of the cases he trialed were actually legit. So that's the little seed there, because I think that's going to be a future issue later on. It wasn't the focus of the episode, but it was something that Lance brought up very quickly in the very beginning. Another tidbit is the fact that we get Diggle and Lila still arguing over their trust issues in regards to their work life, but they eventually do come to an understanding by the end of it. So that's something good. It's pretty much the continuation of their disagreements for the previous episode. Also, we see, in this episode, actually, we see Renee and Dina Drake finally being in the know about Felicity's implant. I guess they didn't know, or they weren't aware that she was paralyzed the previous year, and that she needed a bio implant to help have her legs functional. And so the fact when the implant kind of deactivated and then had to be reactivated again, that Dina and Renee showed their confusion, and they're shocked over the fact that one moment she's not able to walk, the next moment she's up and walking again. So we got to see it for the first time, since Curtis is the one who helped Felicity get the implant to begin with. So there's that. Most shocking moment of the episode, I think, it has to be the fact that Oliver and Felicity had hooked up. Even though it was in the flashback, I was still surprised that they did manage that even after the engagement, since pretty much they didn't really end things on good terms. And the fact that we started off season 5 with Felicity already having a boyfriend, so I didn't expect it, so that was a bit of a surprise in itself. We're moving on to top 3 favorite moments. First one has to be the fact that this episode really forces Oliver and Felicity to hash things out between each other, which gave them more of an understanding between them, not only in their current issues with their trust between Oliver, Felicity, the Bratva, and Helix, and all of that, but also as well as the issues they had that led to their engagement being broken. So it was great to see them come to an understanding from the looks of it, or at least have that long overdue talk that Felicity mentioned in the flashbacks that she wasn't ready to have just yet. Another favorite of mine was the fact that in the flashbacks we got to see Curtis playing matchmaker, trying to get Oliver and Felicity to kind of reconsider and try to get back together. So it was just great to see Curtis's antics as well as his attempts to try to set the mood for them. So that was funny to see. And another favorite of mine has to be the actual rescue attempt, specifically in the elevator shaft from the looks of it. Diggle's waiting on a short ladder that can't reach them, and then Oliver, who is carrying Felicity on his back, is climbing up to Diggle and then trying to hold on. Sorry, got interrupted by a birthday call. Anyway, so moment where Oliver's climbing up the ladder while Felicity's hanging from his back, and he makes the jump to grab onto Diggle's hand, and then almost having lost his grip on Felicity, and then just this whole thing about them arguing over, you should listen to me now, you need to drop me, and then him just pulling her up and saying, I'm not gonna drop you, I'm not letting go. I really liked that. It was a very intense moment, but I don't know, for some reason that moment pretty much really sticks for me. Not only does it throw back to all the comments Felicity makes about his time on the salmon ladder, but it also really just shows just how far Oliver will push his body just so that he could get what needs to be done, because he had a wound on his back. He was dealing with a methane exposure, I believe, so he's really not 100%, and yet he went above and beyond in those final moments there. So there's that. Moving on to top 3 peeve moments. I really did not. It's kind of a mixed thing for me. I don't like the fact that the Oliver and Felicity hookup happened in the past, because I was kind of hoping that in the present day they would kind of move forward in that sense, because I want them back together. But then again, it fits better for it to be in a flashback than for it to be all of a sudden it's happening in the present day. So I get timing wise though. It's just the trailer really messed with me. I thought it was a present day hookup and not a past hookup. So there's just that. Plus, it also seems like episode 20 seems to be the go-to, because as you remember, they first got together in episode 320. So that seems to be like a good number for them. I don't know, but there's that. Moving on to what moment will I remember most when I look back on this episode? Probably the fact that Oliver and Felicity were trapped in the arrow cave. The lengths that they had to go to get out, and then just what they were able to hash out between them. That's going to be a huge one. I guess you can kind of say it was a huge Felicity-centric episode, or at least my take on it was that. So there's that. Moving on to random questions, though, I only have the one, and that was the fact that if the EMP fried every circuit in the arrow cave, does that mean that the bio tracker that Felicity had gotten from Helix that allowed her to track Adrian Chase, is that now fried too? Is that a no-go now? Or do they still have that for future use? It'd really be a shame that the one time they're able to use it, it ended up being fried moments after that. So there's that one question. Don't have any more, so let's move on to predictions very quickly. Based off the promo for 521, it looks like Oliver's past keeps pulling him back when he's trying to move forward. Apparently some casket gets dug up. I'm wondering if that's any of our old flashback faces. So there's that. It looks like Oliver returns in the Green Arrow suit, so no more black gear for him. And it looks like Derek Sampson also returns. He's the mutated zombie crime boss that Renee had a hand in him turning, and he seems to come back with Prometheus from the looks of it. So there's that. Based off the synopsis, though, it reads that Oliver returns to the mayor's office and faces one of his most pressing issues yet, the forced release of dozens of violent criminals prosecuted by Adrian Chase. Meanwhile, a crate is delivered to Oliver's office containing a mysterious corpse encased in concrete. The forced release of dozens of violent criminals could be the reason why we get to see Derek Sampson again. So that's probably why. I wonder if we're going to see any more familiar faces in regards to all the criminals. So there's that. The mysterious crate delivered to Oliver. I'm wondering if that is connected to any of the flashbacks. We haven't seen actual flashbacks of 5 years ago in a few episodes. So there's got to be some type of connection there. I'm hoping there's some type of connection there. Otherwise, it's going to be really weird for a random body to be delivered to Oliver. So there is that. But otherwise, I'm not seeing any other predictions or any other questions that are coming to mind. So that's about it, guys. What did you guys think of the episode? What did you guys like about it? And what do you think is going to happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your own thoughts, theories, predictions about what you think is going to happen. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I read blog promos, web clips, quotes, GIFs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place. Go check that out. Find everything in one place. It's a work in progress, though. I'm a little behind, but I will catch up very soon. Also, it's connected to my WordPress account, and there's the timer. Everything I post online is connected to WordPress. It's a work in progress. It's a lot more organized, so keep that in mind when you go check it out. And pretty much that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you come back next week to see what I have to say about the next episode. But until then, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, a great week, wherever you are. Bye for now.